Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be showcasing how I got the platinum in every single trophy for the first Five Nights at Freddy's game. Not gonna lie, this game was pretty easy even for it being my first time ever playing. With that being said, let's get into the first night. So for the most part, getting through both nights 1 and 2 are extremely simple. I feel like it is almost impossible unless you were trying to die in the first and second night to actually die. These ones you're not going to be seeing a lot of action. You're more going to be learning the game if you haven't played it before. Like myself, this was actually my first time playing the series. I've only ever watched it from Corey Kenshin. This is my first time, so I'm kind of learning, checking out the cameras, checking out the movement. Be mindful that I am playing this on console. I'm not playing on PC. Unfortunately, I do not have a PC, so I jinxed myself right here. Bonnie did actually sneak inside while I was moving around. Luckily, I didn't pull up my cams. I didn't know at the time, but pulling up the cams would have got me killed. Luckily, I was too worried about trying to figure out what was going on that I didn't die, and we passed night 1.
I don't know how I didn't die there.
Alright, so heading into the second night. Kind of similar to night 1, not a lot going on. They are a bit more active, but nothing you should be too worried about. Just keep checking the cams, pulling up the cams every now and then, and just checking the lights, man. You really don't have to do much in this. Just kind of keep watching the lights and making sure you pull up the cams every now and then. As you can see, I'm kind of screwing up here. I'm still trying to learn how to figure out when the animatronics leave, so I keep pulling it up like a moron. Luckily, Bonnie's not quick enough and isn't coming inside just yet, with us being in an earlier night. So there's not too much to worry about. Night 2, honestly, was just as easy as night 1. Not too much going on here. Chica does end up making an appearance. Luckily, my reflexes are faster than Flash. We end up getting that door closed. Chica ends up leaving at some point, and we kind of just wait out the rest of the night. I think we only ended up having maybe like 30 seconds left, and as you can see, we end up beating night 2. So as we head into the third night, still pretty simple. They do get a little bit more active. For me, they didn't really get insanely active up until around the halfway mark. So once you start hitting around 3 a.m. is when I started seeing them for the most part. Again, with the game being kind of random, sometimes you could see them right off the bat. It's just kind of how the game wants to attack you at the time. For the most part, I've really only seen Bonnie. Chica might have popped up like once, but it was really only Bonnie popping up for me. And that kind of stayed consistent throughout the entire game, at least for me. It was really only Bonnie kind of giving me most of my problems throughout each night. But as you can see, 6 a.m. hits and we get the third trophy for the third night. So the fourth night actually has 2 different trophies. Of course, the one where you actually beat the fourth night, and there's another one called No Running, where you want to make sure that Foxy does not escape through this night. It sounds and looks harder than it is, but if you just follow a certain pattern of movement, how I'm doing right here, you should have no issues with Foxy not moving. I did not have Foxy move at all throughout any nights, and this was actually very simple. So of course, you're going to check a light, pull up your cams, put the cams down, check the other light, kind of keep moving as quick as you can, and Foxy should not move at all. This was actually way simpler than it honestly should have been. It was pretty easy. I did not see Foxy at all doing this method at all. It was very easy to keep Foxy away. Once you kind of have the pattern and movements down, you should have no issue getting the fourth night, as well as the trophy for keeping Foxy at bay. So night 5 is where you're going to start having some real issues. The fifth and final night, at least, of the quote-unquote main game. You see Bonnie and Chica off the stage almost immediately. Like, they leave immediately. Of course, Bonnie being Bonnie. Bonnie was following me the entire time. But even at 2 a.m., I seen Bonnie and Chica in the same hour. Chica was not playing around. Chica wanted to be noticed, and Chica got what she wanted, because she was definitely noticed. I also forgot to mention, up until right now, there is a second trophy for this night as well, and that is to keep Freddy from getting to cams 4A and 4B. But of course, if you are playing the way that I'm playing, where you're keeping the cams up frequently, Freddy should not move at all, so you should have no problem also getting this missable trophy. If for whatever reason Freddy does end up moving, of course, you just get yourself caught with one of the animatronics that have been harassing you all night, and just restart. But doing the method and keeping the cams up the same way should get you both the night 5 trophy and the trophy for Freddy. Of course, beating night 5 not only gets us our first $120 paycheck for the week, but we also get to unlock the 6th night where we're allowed to do some overtime. So night 6 is where you should really start stressing out. Almost immediately, the animatronics leave the stage. And if not almost immediately leaves the stage. As you can see, it's 12 a.m. and Bonnie's already here. Going into 1 a.m., we can see not only Bonnie, but Chica too. Both of them end up popping up numerous times throughout the night, sometimes almost the exact same times during the same hour. And this is actually the first time where I end up dying. I somehow screw up, and as you can see, Chica gets me.
I'm dead. Yup, I knew that was coming.
I'm going to claim right now that I did let Chica do that on purpose because I forgot. I didn't have the no hiding trophy where you let one of the animatronics get you. So I let Chica come inside, catch me real quick, get me my trophy. I didn't want to go into night 7 and potentially lose and ended up having to restart night 7 because I definitely don't want to restart 420 mode. So I let Chica come in, get me that extra trophy real quick. As you can see, kind of keep watching. At the end, you can see right now I have 1% left. I got extremely lucky that I didn't end up getting to 0. As you can see, we end up beating night 6, going into some overtime, and we get an extra 50 cents because that is apparently all that we are worth.
That's ridiculous. We're gonna see.
So of course, getting into night 7, as you can see, we are doing 420 mode. I have been dreading this. I didn't even think that I would get far enough to get to it, but as you can see, we get to night 7, and of course, just like night 6, the animatronics are extremely active. They leave the stage immediately, of course, being Bonnie and Chica.
I don't know if I can get my.
I was a little afraid, I'm not gonna lie. With already having a ton of power gone, I was not expecting my first try to actually be a win. I'm at 1 a.m. and I have 80% power already. Like, they would not leave. The only good thing about them being a higher level is that they do leave the doors within maybe like 5 seconds. This should give you more than enough time to move over to the other side, check the lights, make sure no one's there, pull up the cam, and then by then, once you get to the other side, they should be long gone. That's the only thing good about them being a higher level, is they leave the doors very quickly. So all you really have to worry about other than this is staying on the cam that I am and making sure that Freddy doesn't move, which if you're pulling up the cams frequently and you're not moving off the camera, you shouldn't have a move at all. You really only have to worry about these two. I did not have to worry about Foxy at all. Foxy did not move at all. And that was our final trophy of the game. Of course, the game did not like how well I did because they fired me. With that being said, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, consider subscribing. If you guys are new, leave a like on the video if you haven't already. I will be attempting to do this for the rest of the FNAF game, so if you do want to see that, let me know in the comments down below. And with that being said, hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.